In the last lecture, we have seen how to calculate electric field intensity due to infinite sheet of charge. In this lecture, we are going to discuss the calculation of electric field intensity due to volume of charge. The idea is similar to the previous lecture, that the z component will be present and x component and y component will be 0 for this case also. So, here the extensive discussion on the calculation of the electric field intensity due to the volume of charge is not given. So, let us start the topic, that is the calculation of electric field intensity due to volume of charge. For that, here we have considered a sphere which is having a radius small a, radius a, and the center of the sphere is same as the origin of the Cartesian coordinate system, and this sphere is filled uniformly with the charge which have the density, charge density rho v in coulomb per meter cube. Now, to calculate the electric field intensity outside the sphere, the point we have considered P having the coordinate 0, 0, z outside the sphere. For that calculation of the electric field intensity at the point P, we have taken a small or elementary volume dV, and the volume, the coordinate of this dV is r prime, theta prime, phi prime. Now, the same way as we have seen in the last class, that first we need to calculate the charge enclosed by the volume. So, here dq will be equals to rho v dV as it is, because rho v is the charge density and the charge is considered symmetric, charge distribution is symmetric throughout the sphere. So, dq will be equals to rho v dV. So, now we can find out the total charge q, which is equals to the volume integral of rho v dV, or rho v is constant, rho v into the volume integral of dV, and we know the volume of a sphere is 4 by 3 pi a cube, because a is the radius of the sphere. So, q charge is given, the expression of charge q is given by equation 4.2. Now, we want to find out the electric field intensity E at the point 0, 0 z, or here we have written 0, 0 h. So, we know as per the equation which we have derived earlier, that electric field E or electric field intensity E for the volume of charge, that is E equals to volume integral of rho v dV by 4 pi epsilon naught r square AR. So, from that if we take the derivative of this the expression, then we can get dE equals to rho v dV by 4 pi epsilon naught r square AR. Here AR is the unit vector which will be along the direction of R, capital R, and which can be written as cos alpha AZ plus sin alpha AR. From the simple geometry we can find out that is it is the direction of AR, the component of AR we will get along the direction of AZ and along the direction of R prime. So, here we will get AR equals to cos alpha AZ plus sin alpha AR. Now, as the charge distribution is symmetry, so the x component and y component of the electric field E will be 0. The idea is same as we have seen in the case of the electric field intensity. The calculation of the electric field intensity for infinite sheet of charge, the x component, y component is 0. So, here also if dV is present here, in the opposite side also dV is present, for that also we will get the electric field. For that the component will get 3 components along x, y and z direction, and for this electric field intensity for this dV we will get again 3 components of the electric field, that also will be along the minus x, minus y and plus z direction. So, x component will be 0. So, only the z component is present. So, for this volume of charge dV, only the z component we will consider. So, here that is why we have written Ez, that is equals to E, it is a vector, dot Az that can be written as the volume integral of dE cos alpha, and putting the value of this dE cos alpha we will get actually by putting the value of dE we get rho v 4 pi epsilon naught volume integral of dV cos alpha by r square. Now we need to find out the expression of dV r square and cos alpha. So we know how to calculate dV because we have seen in the case of spherical coordinate system the volume, the differential volume, how to calculate the differential volume for the spherical coordinate system we have seen. So from that idea we can find out the expression 4.5, that is dV. Now to calculate the value of cos alpha and r square we need to use the cosine rule. So that is the cosine rule. Let us see the diagram again to get the cosine rule. Here from the diagram we will consider this r magnitude only. R, this is z and this is r prime. This angle is theta prime, this angle is alpha. So from that we can find out this magnitude if we consider r square equals to z square plus r prime square minus twice of z r prime cos theta prime. Here you see that twice of z r prime cos theta prime. Similarly, if we want to find out this r prime, then this r prime square will be equals to z square plus magnitude of this r square minus twice of z magnitude of r cos alpha. We will see afterwards how to calculate the how to get the expression using the cosine rule. So for the time being we will consider this is the expression, these two expression we got using the cosine rule. So after getting that expression we can now evaluate the integration 4.4 equation 4.4 in terms of r, capital R and r prime. So if we want to find out the integration of 4.4 in terms of r, capital R and r prime, we need to express cos theta prime, cos alpha, sin theta prime, d theta prime in terms of capital R and small r prime. So the cos alpha and cos theta prime we can get from the cosine rule. You can see that from here cos alpha we can get, that is z square plus r square minus r prime square divided by twice of zr. Here you see that cos alpha we get this one. Similarly, if we want to find out cos theta prime, then z square plus minus r prime square plus r prime square minus capital R square divided by 2 twice of z r prime. Here we got the expression. Now differentiating expression to 4.7 with respect to theta prime, keeping z and r prime fixed because the volume, elementary volume we have considered the constant, position we have considered constant, so the radial distance will be constant and the z distance will be constant. So keeping z and r fixed or constant and taking the derivative of this expression 4.7 with respect to theta prime, we will get sin theta prime d theta prime equals to r dr by z r prime. Now we know the theta varies from 0 to pi, we have seen in the case of spherical coordinate system, and also this vector r, if you see the diagram, the vector r varies from z minus r prime to z plus r prime. If the p is outside the sphere, then this variation we will get. So now as we get the variation, we can substitute the expression 4.5 to 4.8, that means 4.5, 4.6 and 4.7 and 4.8 into 4.4, we will get the expression, that is the expression of Ez. The expression of the Ez, I am not reading this one, you can find out by putting all the expression 4.5 to 4.8, by putting that value on the 4.4 we will get that expression rho v by 4 pi epsilon naught volume integral dv, we can get that. Also we call cos alpha, we can get that from here, and also we can r square also we can find out. So from that we will get the expression of Ez, and the solution is given, the expression Ez we got, and it is the integration part is given here. So integration, all the simplification is given here, I am not describing that one, you can see that the step by step description is given. So by solving that equation we will get the expression 4.9, which shows the electric field intensity E equals to Qy 4 pi epsilon naught z square Az. That expression 4.9 shows that the electric field intensity E at the point P equals to 0, 0, z, or you can consider 0, 0, h. Now, if we consider the fact that the charge distribution in the spherical coordinate system in the sphere is symmetric, then we can use the expression, or we can find the electric field intensity E at any point on the spherical coordinate system, that is r theta phi, using the general form. That general form is given by 4.10, that is E equals to q by 4 pi epsilon naught r square ar. The expression 4.10, as we have seen that here 4.10 is similar to the electric field intensity for a point charge. Now we are going to look into the cosine rule, and it is a very simple rule to calculate the distance of or the length of a one side of the triangle if the three angles and the three or two length of the other side is given. Here you can see that this is the triangle ABC. In this triangle, small a, small b, small c is representing the length of three sides, and alpha, beta and gamma is representing the angles of three this triangle. Now if we want to find out this length A, then using the cosine rule we can find out, that is b square plus c square minus bc cos alpha. Here you see that. Again, if we want to find out b, that is this length, so if a and c is given and beta is given, we can find out b. So b square equals to a square plus c square into minus a square plus c square minus 2ac cos beta. Similarly, if we want to find out c, then c square equals to b square plus a square minus 2ba or ab cos gamma. So here you can see that. Now interestingly, these equations which we got, this is the generalized form of the Pythagoras theorem. Now if we take this angle gamma is 90 degree, then we can use this expression to calculate this length, that this angle if is 90 degree, then cos gamma cos 90 cos gamma is cos 90 cos 90 is 0, so this term will be equals to 0. So if this term is equals to 0, using the Pythagoras theorem, that is which is 90 degree, c square equals to a square plus b square. So it is this cosine rule is the generalized form of the Pythagoras theorem. So by comparing this expression with our discussion or the diagram which we have taken to discuss, that you see that this is the r, this is the r prime, this is z, this is theta prime, this is alpha. So here capital R square will be equals to z square plus r prime square minus z r prime cos theta prime. Similarly, if we want to find out r prime, so r prime square equals to z square plus capital R square minus twice of z r cos alpha. So this r will be the scalar quantity, it is not the vector. So those people know this cosine rule, that is fine, and those people do not know, from that discussion you can understand how to use the cosine rule. So uh, we have seen the calculation of the electric field intensity at a point which is outside the spherical surface or sphere, and for the volume of charge in the sphere. So that is all for today's class, students.